Hello, lovely people. Welcome back to another video in the series on my case study, spicesplate.com. Now, as a few of you will be aware, we just literally figured out the intent part of the planning. But one thing this website is missing is a logo. So in this video, I've designed a couple of logos. I've taken the time and done it. I did contemplate whether I should use two of the people I've used previously on Fiverr, but I thought in this particular case, I'll try a different tack and I'll put it out to you, the viewer, to give me an idea of what you think is the best logo. So let's hop over to the examples I've put together. There's 8 of them in total. I got carried away. So the first one, as you can see, Spices Plate, just to give you a quick reminder of what the logo must convey as part and parcel of my branding, is it's about a website that you can grow the spices and herbs. You can use them then within your cooking to obviously to enhance your dishes. And the last part then is maybe use it even from a medicinal point of view as well. So there's 3 particular topics we're looking to cover with it. So we need to sort of portray that within the logo so that the branding is on point. So here we are. Number 1, as you can see, it's quite straightforward. There's a pepper in there, the colors, then, obviously exaggerate warmth and heat. So that's my first example. I quite like the playful use of the font as well. It's not too staid. Example number 2 then is using a pestle and mortar, which indicates a little bit more from probably the medicinal side, a bit more traditional than in the text, but a little bit harkening back then to the growing element with the leaves just on the end, and a subtle use of color, but it's strong and it's bold. And bear in mind, like any logo should work at multiple sizes, especially when it's small. Scrolling down then, I've done another set then, number 3, which is, again, using the sort of colors that you'd expect around the spices element, your browns, your beiges. So therefore I used that within the text. And then I used again a much more illustrated version of peppers. Quite like it. That's a balance. That's number 3. In at number 4, we have a much more rigid, more formal approach where the spices are served in a dish. And again, the use of the greens, different greens, in order to epitomize what herbs and spices are. So that's number 4. In number 5 and number 6, we have a mascot for number 5. Again, the little dishes of different types of spices in the sort of traditional colors as you would expect to see. The spices text itself is quite nice. It sort of gives the impression of warmth, and then a very straightforward text then for the plate. That's number 5. Number 6, then we've gone for something a little bit different completely. We've gone for a much more muted palette here, and we've gone for an illustrated version of leaves that gives you an idea of something a lot more subtle towards herbs and spices from a growing point of view rather than any other sort of intent. That's number 6. And then lastly, we've got number 7, where we're looking at a very straightforward one, where we simply play on both words. We use the pepper to liven up the word spices, and we use a little undershadow to highlight what we mean by plate. So it's a much more muted idea there, but it gives you an idea of what can be improved. That's number 7. And finally, number 8, which is a bit more involved in the sense of we've got the colors within the words spices and plate, a little bit of separation between the two to show that there are 2 sides to this, and then the pestle and mortar, but it's highlighted a little bit more with a bit more identity within the individual items to show the herbs and the spices. So that's it, people. That's basically it. That's the 8 I wanted to show you. I'm going to put them up in this video. What I'd appreciate is if you kindly just put in the comments whether you like number 1, number 2, number 5, number 7, whichever one. And if you even then, if you hate one of them, likewise, give me a rhyme and reason. That's what I'm looking for. It's nice to have the numbers because that'll tell me exactly which one you favour or you don't favour. But also, it's better the understanding of it, because the whole point of this case study is to connect with you, the reader. So if I can do that from not just the text point of view, but more importantly, the brand, and part and parcel of that brand is the logo, then that's the smart play. Likewise, I'll put this across my social media as well and see what comes back from there. And then in a week's time, we'll reconvene, we'll play back the numbers, and that will be the logo for the brand new website. So thank you for your time. Mark your comments below, and I look forward to reading some of those, and I'll see you in the next video. Signing out.